seen and write that one down. Yeah.
Brian Allen's concept is that the patterns on each cube facade mark individual notes in a sequence. He believes they describe a tune that, when played correctly, will cause the cubes to vibrate and an interdimensional stargate to open.
This theory that they are musical notations it's not new. It's not new. I mean, that isn't something I say. I'm not holding my hand up. I have discovered that these are musical notations. No, this has been known about for years. But the problem has been deciphering the musical notations.
If the psychics are right, then playing the notes, which they say are on the stone cubes, will open the portal. So we asked Professor Campbell to try and repeat the patterns using the Chladni technique. For 3 hours, he tried different substances on his board and different parts of his bow. But none of it worked. He couldn't recreate any of the patterns. It seems the stonework of Roslin Church has nothing to do with Chladni. The psychics, though, weren't disappointed, because if we had been able to open the portal, terrible things might have happened. Or so they claim.
There are several gateways, or doorways, astral doorways, around the world. And when one doorway is open, they will all open, I feel, and everything will be let loose.
But this doesn't mean that there isn't a portal or a code. Perhaps only the aliens have the technology to decipher the code. Or perhaps they use different musical notation from us. Or maybe there's another explanation as to why we couldn't open the portal. Maybe we were simply looking in the wrong place. So where else might it be? Well, all the UFOs are seen outside the chapel. So we took the most convincing of the sightings and tried to work out where the portal might be. There have been sightings all around the area, and a definite cluster near one particular field, a mere alien hop from the chapel car park. It was here that a friend of Andrew Hennessy's took one of the clearest photographs from the whole Falkirk Triangle. And coincidentally, it was here that one of Malcolm Robinson's witnesses saw something spectacular.
Another person who made himself known to me said, as he was visiting Roslin Chapel late in the evening, 2 beams of light came down from the sky and illuminated just in front of his person. He was astonished. He didn't know what it was. It wasn't an airship. He couldn't see where these columns of light were coming from. They just came from the sky.
So could archaeology help where the psychics couldn't? Time to go digging at the heart of the UFO hotspot. We recruited 2 top archaeologists, Malcolm Wheel and Ronan Toulis, but didn't tell them what we were looking for.
We're quite interested in this area here.
Would their skills and equipment help us to uncover an alien gateway to another world? And hey, maybe if we were really lucky, we would dig up the Holy Grail instead. But where do you start when you're looking for a portal to another dimension? Even for the most imaginative thinkers, a portal is a kind of abstract concept. What might it look like? What would it be made of? First, Toolis digs a series of test pits as Wheel uses a metal detector. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Still nothing. So they turn to ground-penetrating radar, technology that detects disturbances rather than physical matter. If anybody's been digging here within the last 1,000 years, this equipment will produce a reading and mark a location. Eight hours of searching later, and we didn't find any portal. Surprise, surprise. We searched the entire area without success.
It's showing it's been disturbed.
But just as we were about to pack up our equipment, Will said he'd stumbled across something.
That's the most disturbed area there. It's possibly, it could be a grave, yeah. I have visited a mass grave site before and it showed a very similar to reading to this.
Bodies? The Knights Templar? Plague victims? Or might there be something rather otherworldly down there? It may come as no surprise that there is indeed a legend about something extraterrestrial that crashed near Roslin.
Roslin, our own little Roswell, that one. I really think that there's a UFO under Roslin.
It's been suggested that the aliens who taught St. Clair his advanced knowledge arrived when their spaceship crashed.
According to legend, you've got the Holy Grail in there, the Ark of the Covenant's supposed to be there, the Lost Gospels of Christ are supposed to be there, the physical gateway to heaven is in there, and also, if you would have it, parts of a UFO, parts of a UFO, parts of a UFO.
Roslin wouldn't be the first place to be identified as a UFO crash site. In fact, buried UFOs are a staple in the exciting world of ufology.
This is weird.
Through the years, there have been no shortage of reported crashes, from Brazil to Siberia. And many alien hotspots do seem to be linked to places where UFOs have crashed. Although in the UK, many of them seem to have gone unreported, or so says government UFO man Nick Pope.
I've heard one or two vague rumours about supposed UFO crashes in the UK over the years. The one thing I've learnt in this subject is not to rule anything out.
So could a crashed UFO explain the modern-day sightings in the Falkirk Triangle? Is Roslin an extraterrestrial graveyard visited by aliens in mourning? By now, we were digging in the dark, literally, and we called in some protective equipment. We didn't want to take any chances with radioactive wreckage or